The story is set in an imaginary world ruled by animals. It tells the story of a young koala named Buster Moon who, as a child, attends his first musical and becomes captivated by it. This experience fuels his desire to pursue a career in theater. As an adult, Buster takes over the same theater where he first saw the show. However, the business is struggling, and the theater is in dire straits. His assistant, Miss Crawley, informs him that the crew is furious because their paychecks have bounced. To solve the problem, Buster rides his bike as quickly as possible to the bank. Johnny, a gorilla, is singing in an alleyway, but hides when he spots some policemen. He then uses a radio to inform some guys to remain where they are, but his father, a gang leader named Big Daddy, and his henchmen capture Johnny after robbing some valuables. Rosita, a pig, who is married to Norman and the mother of 25 piglets, is next. Norman is oblivious to how much work she does and that she enjoys singing. Ash, a porcupine, and her boyfriend, Lance, a punk rock duo, are then introduced, with Lance singing lead and getting upset when Ash takes over. Across town, Mina, an elephant, is singing to her grandfather on his birthday, and he encourages her to showcase her voice to others. Finally, Mike the Mouse, a selfish sax player, is seen confronting someone who only gives him a coin and forces him to surrender whatever else is in his pockets. Buster heads to a restaurant to rendezvous with his pal Eddie, a sheep whose family has put a lot of money into Buster's theater and is dissatisfied with the outcomes. Buster believes he has found the solution to all of his problems, hosting a singing competition at his theater. However, Eddie is not enthusiastic about the notion, and Buster is thrown out of the restaurant when he takes out some sandwiches. Buster instructs Miss Crawley to create flyers for the competition. As he lacks the funds to offer a significant reward, he instructs her to advertise a $1,000 prize, with a bunch of useless things stuffed into a treasure chest to give the appearance of a substantial reward. However, Miss Crawley's glass eye pops out and lands on the keyboard, causing the ad to indicate a $100,000 prize. She prints hundreds of flyers, but while standing beside the fan, it blows each one throughout the city. Numerous animals come across the flyers and believe they have a chance at winning something significant. The following day, Buster is taken aback to see a lengthy queue of animals stretching down the block outside the theater. Over 100 animals, including Johnny, Rosita, Mike, and Ash, come to audition. However, Mina develops a severe case of stage fright and quits before her audition. After all the auditions, Buster picks Johnny, Mike, and Ash, without Lance, as the solo performers, while Rosita is paired with another pig named Gunter. Buster subsequently discovers that Miss Crawley advertised a $100,000 prize, and he becomes anxious while attempting to maintain the facade that there is a significant sum of money in the chest. The animals commence rehearsals for the competition, with Buster providing them with a song list to choose from. Johnny is tasked with playing the piano, and Ash is displeased with the cheesy pop songs she is given, being a teenage girl. Mina returns after being pressured by her grandfather to re-audition, and she brings Buster a cake. However, she finds him attempting to connect an extension cord to a nearby building after the power company shuts off the electricity. Since Mina is too anxious to request another audition, Buster assumes that she wishes to work as part of the stage crew. Mina accepts the job, and when she returns home, she discovers that her mother has informed all of their acquaintances that Mina has been chosen for the show. Buster receives a visit from a bank representative, Judith, who warns him about the possibility of the bank taking over the theater due to unsettled accounts. He turns to his sheep friend Eddie for help and proposes seeking funding from his grandmother, the renowned performer Nana Noodle Man. Though Eddie is hesitant, Buster persuades him to approach Nana for investment in the theater. Initially, Nana holds Buster responsible for the shows that caused the theater's downfall, but he persists in his attempts to sway her opinion. During their downtime, the animal contestants face their own personal struggles. Ash wants to compose her own song, but Lance isn't supportive of her music-making efforts. When Ash catches Lance collaborating with another female porcupine named Becky, she kicks Lance out of her apartment. Meanwhile, Mike becomes overly confident in winning the competition's reward and takes out a loan to purchase a luxury car to impress a female mouse. He accompanies her to a nightclub where he challenges 3 large bears in a game. One of the bears realizes Mike's cheating and pursues the mouse, but she manages to evade him and escape the club. Out the theater, Johnny's role is to serve as the getaway driver for Big Daddy's gang, who are trying to rob a bank. Johnny tries to balance his time between the rehearsal and his dad's plan, but he causes an accident while rushing back to the theater and gets stuck in a traffic jam. As a result, Big Daddy and his gang are caught by the police. Johnny confesses to his dad in jail that he would prefer to be a singer than a criminal. Unfortunately, Big Daddy disowns Johnny in anger. Johnny enters the theater at night with the intention of stealing the treasure chest to bail out his dad, but he changes his mind when he sees his own audition sheet. Just as Johnny is about to take the chest, Miss Crawley arrives, and he pretends that he needs more piano lessons. She agrees to help him and sits down to work with him. Buster and Mina collaborate to prepare for a preview show for Nana. They gather water from a tower and use krill for a light display. Nana arrives and is impressed by the performance. However, the three bears discover Mike and demand their money. Mike deceives them by pointing to the treasure chest, which the bears smash open to find only junk. The water tank breaks, causing a flood that destroys the entire theater and reveals Buster's deception to the other animals. After the theater is destroyed, the bank takes possession of what is left of it. Buster feels hopeless and depressed. The animal cast tries to lift his spirits by visiting him at Eddie's house, where he is staying. However, Buster has given up and sees himself as a failure. To make ends meet, Buster and Miss Crawley start a car wash business like his father used to run, and Eddie lends a helping hand. One day, while passing by the old theater location, Buster hears Mina singing alone. Her singing impresses him, and it gives him a new idea. Buster contacts the animals to continue with the show, but Mike backs out after discovering there is no longer any competition or prize money. They assemble a stage in the center of the ruined theater and invite some of the animals' families, although only Rosita and Mina's families attend. The performance starts with Rosita and Gunter, dressed in shiny costumes, performing a beautiful song with an accompanying dance. Rosita's children are thrilled, and Norman is so amazed that he jumps onto the stage to kiss his wife. After more audience members arrive, Johnny takes the stage to perform a song on the piano. His father, Big Daddy, watches from jail and is impressed by Johnny's singing. In an attempt to see his son, Big Daddy escapes from prison, causing a citywide manhunt. Ash follows with her original song. However, Judith arrives and unplugs the music, ordering everyone to leave. Ash continues to sing, accidentally shooting quills into the audience. Despite this mishap, the audience goes wild for her performance, and even Judith is moved to allow the show to continue for the time being. Mike watches the show on TV and becomes determined to prove himself better than the others. He hurries to the theater and performs a song in a soulful manner, while the police helicopters hover above him. The helicopters almost lift Mike away, but he manages to finish the song with an impressive flourish as he swings on the microphone cord. However, the bears see his performance and make their way to the theater to get him. Meanwhile, Big Daddy arrives at the theater and sees Johnny. He embraces his son, apologizes for his earlier behavior, and compliments his musical abilities. Big Daddy willingly goes back to prison after that. Mina, who is the final performer, is initially apprehensive until Buster encourages her to take the stage. She begins a timid before unleashing her powerful vocals, stunning even Mike. As the song comes to a close, Mina's energetic finale causes a section of the remaining structure to collapse. The bears appear and try to capture Mike, but a female mouse intervenes and saves him from being eaten. Buster's efforts paid off as Nana witnessed the show and joined the audience's applause. She finally decides to fund the purchase and reconstruction of the theater, making it even more impressive than before. The movie concludes with Buster and his new companions gathered together, celebrating the grand reopening of the theater. Thanks for watching! If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and turn on notifications, to stay up to date with all our latest videos.